Munchkin? What are you looking at? Hello, I am back, and this time I have no belly because my baby is right here. This is my baby boy Marcus. He is 5 weeks old today. I am so excited to share today's video, which is going to be our birth story, and we are going to share some of the clips that I have filmed leading. Excuse you, but good burping. Proud of you. Oh no. What was I saying? Oh no. Ugh, you're wet and sticky. But I love you anyway. So we're gonna share his birth story from... Do you want to tell it? Do you want to tell the story? If you didn't know or you haven't watched any of the previous videos, I had to get induced because this little guy decided he wanted to come 11 days late. And actually he probably would have stayed in there much later, except that we forced him out. Full-on eviction notice, and he's been stewing about it ever since. And so I'm going to walk you through all of it. And we're going to start with some of the clips that I filmed, kind of vlog style, from the morning that I was going in to get induced.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on July 10th. I am 12 hours, that's 2, but I'm 12 hours away from getting induced. Finally gonna have this baby. It's now almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we are basically just killing time. Today is the whole day is just killing time. It's a beautiful day outside, but of course I'm very eager to get to the hospital and just get things started, even though I'm pretty sure they send us home tonight. I've been bouncing on my ball, currently just laying on it and doing some hip circles, watching TikToks, and that's been our day. We got 5 more hours until induction and I can't wait. I really hope it's fast, I hope it's quick, but if it doesn't happen that way, then I'll probably just ask for a C-section and we'll have them out whenever they get us in for a C-section because I'm done. Mama is done. So I didn't film past that point, but July 10th at 8 p.m. we headed into the hospital that we were scheduled to be at and went in for our induction. They gave me Cervidil, which is kind of like a, I don't know, they described it as a tampon and that's what it is. I think I explained that in the next clip. And the goal of that was to help my cervix dilate because up to that point I was not dilated at all. So it was a very easy process, I'd say, not incredibly painful. Once that was put in, we waited for about an hour and I think we were home. They sent us home around like 10:30ish, or not even 9:30 maybe, and we were told to come back in 12 hours. However, all night I had nothing. I had no cramps. I woke up once for water, I think, and I felt nothing, and I just tried not to get discouraged because at this point I was just like, I am so anxious and so stressed and just uncomfortable to the max. So I woke up at 6 o'clock and realized as I laid in bed that I felt nothing. I did not feel any cramps. I hadn't felt anything different. I didn't feel anything. So I went to the washroom, and when I realized that I had nothing, not even spotting or anything like that, I kind of had a breakdown. And the next clips are what followed. It's now about 10 minutes to 7 o'clock in the morning and we still have no baby. Well, he's in there. We got induced last night and my first mistake was thinking that I would only be pregnant for 40 weeks or less. The second mistake was thinking that an induction meant I would have a baby in less than 24 hours. And my third mistake was thinking that anything is going to be easy. And I'm wearing eye masks right now because I woke my husband up at 6:30 by scream sobbing in the bathroom, which I did not mean to do. It just kind of burst out of me because I am so fucking over this. And I thought for sure that I would have a baby, or at least cramps, or something positive to look forward to this morning, but no. But besides all of that, the induction last night was with Cervidil. Application was really easy, honestly. I find that if I tell somebody that I am wanting communication, that I respond better to that, they respond better to that, and then it's very easy. Like, no pain, no issues, very little discomfort. So I told the doctor nurse that, and she walked me through everything, did a cervical check, then did the Cervidil implantation, I guess. And basically, she described it as a long tampon, which I think is fair. It kind of feels like, you'll only understand this if you are a woman who's used tampons, but it sort of felt like it was using a super tampon when you don't need one, like putting something really thick and cottony in there when you're at the end of your cycle and it's not that. So I'm not sure what it's gonna feel like being pulled out. We're gonna go back in about an hour here. I guess gotta take it out and put another one in. And it turns out that they can do this cycle up to 4 times before they move on to something else.
So yeah, my fourth mistake was texting everybody that I love and hold dear and who's been asking questions that I would have a baby by today or tomorrow, when in most likelihood I'm not going to be finished this pregnancy until Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not going to think about that because I'm going to cry again. And I think I've started enough of that for one day.
Kind of funny that I didn't think I was having a baby and for another week, but I was so disheartened. I thought for sure they would do 2 rounds, like a 24-hour cycle, and if that didn't work, we might try one more thing, and then it would just be, okay, C-section it is, baby's not coming out. But then they were like, nope, you can do this for 2 days, and then we'd try other things, and I was just like, cool. This is my week. This is going to be the worst week of my life. And I try not to think that way. Like, I really don't like having a negative mindset, but I was at a new level and this really sucked. But I don't need to get into that because I have my last video all about that, so you can go watch that one if you're interested. So that morning we had gone in, gotten checked out. I actually dilated a centimeter. We went for breakfast. It's about 2 o'clock I think right now, and this morning's induction check-in thing was good. The Cervidil dilated me at least a centimeter, which is great. In 12 hours. It's both encouraging and not at the same time, but that's fine. Because she was able to get through all the way, she was able to do a bit of a membrane sweep. I don't know if she said she was going to just be gentle with it, and it was, I mean, as gentle as you can. I find it really hard to catch my breath right now. Like, I feel like I can only breathe like this deep down, which is super awkward for me. After the hospital, we went to breakfast, which was really nice. My husband took me out. And I've been cramping on and off like right now. Yeah, so ever since the membrane sweep, I feel like I get a cramp probably every 3 to 7 minutes. I don't know. They seem to be pretty consistent. While they are consistent in time, they're also pretty consistent in pain. Like, they're getting stronger. I don't really have my hopes up for anything because of just how long this whole process has been. I fully expect to go back around 5 or 6 tonight, and we will be told, like, congratulations, you're now 1.5 centimeters. So that's okay, but feeling the cramps is unpleasant. I don't know how people go and labor for like 26 to 30 plus hours and do a natural birth. I want to stay hydrated because the doctor told me that that's the #1 thing, to stay hydrated. That's gonna keep this labor going or get started. But it's very difficult because I have like a sip of water and all of a sudden I have a very full bladder, and I'm realizing that having a contraction or a cramp with a full bladder is very painful. Like, that puts me onto the probably pain scale. This is where we're sitting right now, and all my pain has been down here and lower. I will hopefully have better and more positive news soon. And from that point on, things got real. So I ran my bath, had my bath. I was in there for about 45 minutes and just listening to music. I had the lights dimmed and tried to like just move through the water with each contraction cramp thing. I don't think they were contractions because I felt the results of the actual contractions later on, and that was with the epidural. So I really don't think that I was having contractions at home. However, apparently when you're induced, you're supposed to go in once you start feeling the pain because that means things are starting. Did not know that. We wrote it out at home for a few hours. I had my bath. By 4 o'clock, we decided we were leaving for the hospital. We did not get out of the house until 4:30 because I was unable to walk for very long. The contractions were coming every minute, maybe even 30 seconds or so, and they were lasting for about 30 seconds. They were really painful, but to the point where like I had to really focus on breathing. Actually, my husband had to breathe me through it all, which was so weird. I didn't really think that my brain would not let me do it on my own, but that's okay. That's what he was there for anyway. So we got to the hospital around 5, signed up for an epidural. I didn't get the epidural until 8. By the way, when I got to the hospital, I was now 2 centimeters dilated, which was okay news. The nurse asked me if I wanted any pain management, and I said yes, because, well, first I said, let's start with just morphine and we'll wait if I want the epidural. And then I was like, no, what am I doing? These things take time. Let's get the epidural because I might be waiting for it. And sure enough, I did. I was given a laughing gas, which did absolutely nothing, but the placebo effect was there and it gave me something else to focus on. Then they went in with the morphine, which maybe took me down from like a 7 or 8 on the pain scale to like a 6.5. Like, morphine really did nothing. And looking back, like, next time if I have to do the same thing, I probably just will skip it because I don't need the extra drugs in my body if they're not going to help me at all. Finally, we got to 8 o'clock or 7:45 and the anesthesiologist was coming in to give me my epidural. He'd been stuck in surgery. So I finally got it. As things kind of settled down, I filmed this next clip. Also, you might want to turn your volume up because this next clip is a little bit quieter than the rest. It might be also the fact though that I'm super hopped up on drugs, so watch at your own risk and turn your volume up if you'd like to hear anything I'm saying.
Okay, just a quick update. It's now 8:36, July 11. Wow, that was really close. And after I filmed that last bit, I made a bath. What? I drew a bath. Whatever. I got a bath going, and that helped a lot. I laid in that for like 45 minutes probably, and just got through some lighter contractions, but I don't think they were actually contractions, they're like period cramps. I'll go more into detail when I'm not super fucking drugged up. Also, like, props to me for thinking I could go and do a natural birth, but like more props to me for like not doing that, because holy shit, that was intense. Probably because of the induction. I know that they say that makes things harder, but I have an epidural in now. Epidural was a little scary to get, but like more scary than painful or uncomfortable, you know? Yeah, now I'm gonna have a nap and try and sleep because I'm very tired. It's been a very long day. But get your epidurals, girls. Man, life's great again, finally. It's the best I've felt in 9 months. Okay. That's all.
And then I napped. I slept for a while, I think. I really don't know. I think when I did sleep, it was in 20-minute increments because I remember waking up in pain and remembering, oh, I can hit this button and release more of the epidural. So that helped, but I also didn't want to completely numb out everything. I think at one point I had hit it twice and I could feel my one leg going numb, but I was really lucky. My anesthesiologist did an incredible job and I was totally even with all the pain. My friend just had her baby and had it one side more than the other, so I'm grateful I didn't have that. Hey, you waking up from your nap? Ooh, though, my milk's coming in and that burns. I don't really remember the rest of the night because I was in and out of consciousness, but I do remember that the nurse came in a couple times to check the epidural itself and like make sure I was still numb. Despite having the epidural, I could still feel all the pressure, which I heard a lot of people say, but I don't know if I just had my epidural really light. But yeah, I could feel everything. Like, not to the extent I'm sure that it would have been, but like I could feel him going down the birth canal, no question about it. I knew exactly what it was. I never felt like I had to poop because I felt more like I had to push a baby out, although the pressure was very much in the tailbone. So all the people who have talked about that and said those stories, very much true. Around 1 o'clock, the nurse came back in to check my catheter, or to give me a catheter, again, whatever. I said, can you check me this time? Because up until then we hadn't checked to see how dilated I was or anything. And she lifted the blanket, she's like, oh, there's baby, yep, okay. So she did the catheter really fast, and just as she was about to call the doctor showed up to check on me. So it was perfect timing. I pushed for 30 minutes, and we got this little guy into the world.
We have a baby. It's almost 12 hours. Well, it's been about 11 hours actually since he was born, and he's so cute. And he's slept his first 12 hours. And I am loving how easy that's been, but I am under no assumption that it's going to stay that way. He was born July 12th at 1:53 a.m.
A couple days after that, or a day after that, we got home and my in-laws came, and that was wonderful. My mother-in-law was able to help out with so much. My husband was able to get some rest. I didn't realize how much adrenaline I was running on until about day 4 or 5. I think that's when I really realized I was just so exhausted, but my brain would not shut off. My body was always buzzing, and I didn't want to sleep. I didn't want to be away from him. I wanted to be out with everybody else. I wanted to watch my husband learn to be a dad. I wanted to watch my in-laws learn to be grandparents. And there was just so much that I felt like I was really missing out on every time I went and had a nap. So although I'm thank you for that. Little babies, when they're your own, are little bundles of oxytocin, and every time I looked at him or look at him still, it doesn't matter how I feel about my life or anything else. It's just joy.
Baby's 3.5 days old, and I'm supposed to be taking a nap. Every time I close my eyes, I remember the next thing I'm supposed to do. So I've been spending the entire hour that I've been napping, adding to a list of things I need to do when I finish my nap. It's very productive. Feels good to lay down though. It feels great to lay on my back. That is so nice. I'm so tired. It's so blissful. And every time I close my eyes and I'm not thinking about the list, I am picturing my baby's face and the way he sleeps, and it just makes me so happy. And Besides that, I just feel like that stereotypical proud mom. Like, just, I want to show off my baby. I want everyone to come visit him. I want everyone to hold him because I just want them to like get the endorphins and the high that I get when I hold him.
So that is our birth story with a little bit extra. It wasn't too crazy. I think the most overwhelming part was that I was so overdue and so over it. Like I was probably, I don't know if anyone's been as excited to not be pregnant as I have been. What's wrong? What's wrong, life? You not feeling good? Okay, well, I'm gonna go burp him because I have a feeling that's what he's upset about. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see something else. Let me know what you'd like to see. I will do my best. We are 5 weeks, like I said, and I'm slowly getting my life together. Like, I still haven't learned that I can put him down when he naps because he's just so cute, but I'm putting him down when he's awake because he is happy on his own because I'm very lucky and I got one of the easiest babies to ever exist. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, no! You can't pull off of a very full boob, man. We've talked about this. Milk goes everywhere. Everywhere, dude. You're a munchkin.